Greetings, 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 everybody. I am so happy that the fact that you've decided to log on and to actually take the opportunity to be on this station, WMBM 1490 AM. And of course, we're also live online through all our YouTube channel, Instagram, and of course, it's important on Twitch and also Twitter. So I am so glad the fact that you've taken the time to really connect with us and to also be able to watch this. And all I will ask you to make sure that you like, love, share, make sure you subscribe to our channel if you want to always get an update whenever we are on this show. Now, from my folks who are listening on the radio, you know that today is the day that we will always be having shows on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. So I'm glad that you actually connected with us right now. And it's important that I share with you a bit of story that's bittersweet of what's been going on. So for those who are listening to me for the first time, my name is Max O'Carey. I practice natural medicine in the South Florida region. And also I see people through telehealth as well. We're right here in North Miami. If you ever want to be in communication, you can always reach out to us. We're very accessible. 305-407-9227, 305-407-9227. So I'm here to represent Health Max Wellness Center, and I'm glad you decided to be on this show, Healthy Blood, Healthy Bodies. So the main reason that we decided to actually do this show is because we noticed that there's been a lot of disparities among our communities where there's a lot of people who are dealing with a lot of issues. Like the people in our community have been the ones that got the short end of the stick. And what I mean by the short end of the stick is that we got affected by the pandemic above anything else. And that's the reason why I believe it's important to do so. Now, the Health Max Wellness Center is a clinic that really focuses on natural medicine. And we do have a lot of people who really visit us, especially our Palm Beach folks, our Broward folks. We do have an office in Broward to service these individuals as well. So we say a really ooh-ah to all the folks that's online and who are listening to us through Alexa and the different means. Now, I want to let you know we have several physicians who are on board with us, and we are handling natural medicine that they don't want us to know about. One of the things that's really cool about what we do is that we take time to really get connected with you on a one-on-one level and to really give you a customized plan that can really make a difference. And that's why we actually really like to do that. Now, one of the things that really got me to really get involved in this program is that I noticed that I have a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, that recently had 4 family members that passed away in a space of 10 days, where 3 of those family members were buried on the same day. And as I was in that funeral, that really hurt me because I realized that there's a lot of people who just genuinely do not know how to take care of themselves. Yes, we do understand there's a pandemic. There's different options that's being given out there. But what most people don't really focus on is the whole preventative aspect as far as really building the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is our bodies. And that's one of the reasons we take time to come on the air, spending tons of resources to really get you prepare, you that's listening right now. And I know the pandemic just went with a whole lot of people. Some of you mothers, daddies, kids, sister, brother, cousins, aunties, uncles, grandma, grandpa, grandkids. And whether these individuals got vaccinated or not, all of us have really been impacted by people who are no longer there due to the pandemic. So my personal reason is really because of what happened to my friend. And, there's family members we hear, a great grand aunt That's what ended up happening, didn't make it. Now, what usually happens is that my goal in this is to really educate, inform, illuminate, give you an opportunity to really grab the information that we're about to share and really to make it yours. Now, for all those who have requested the books, kudos to you. If you want the book still, there's only $15. And you'll notice that we'll send a letter that gives you the list of all the pandemic prevention and rescue kit. It's important that we also sent you an application that allows you to get products at wholesale price, because nowadays people who are not working, they're really dealing with a lot of issues, and that's why it's important for us to really talk about that. So imagine that you're right there, you're you're dealing with those type of issues, and you have family members who've been impacted. What would that look like at that moment when you're in the moment? Well, in the moment is something typically for most people is tragic, right? And we're hearing that, an advertisement is saying things like, we're all in this together. Well, think about it. The options that are being given does not make us feel that we're all in this together. It only shows that we're only been given one way to handle it, which is not even the sure way. Because whether we decide to take the jab, we're still having issues with that. And I'm like, I've had 3 people this weekend that just passed. Same thing. And these are the things that's getting confusion to rise among our folks. And that's why we decided to really take that challenge and hearing from God to really go ahead and really do this. So I'm appealing to literally 300 families who are listening, who would like to become a missionary medical, the medical missionary for your own home. I mean, forget about outside and different states and different this. Let's start at home. And we will be sharing some herbs that can make a difference right away with you. Now, that's important that I share that with you. And please, 300 families. Now, if you ever remember the story of Gideon, when the angel of the Lord came on to Gideon and tell him, you mighty man of valor, he had to have doubt because he realized that, and some of you may be saying, God, why are we dealing with all this? I have people coming to me, they're saying there's such a depression out there in the air because all we're hearing is fear this, fear that. So whenever there's news that's based on fear and that's being motivated by fear, people want to hold on to what they have. They don't know if the country is going to be locked down again. People remember what it was like when people are getting curfew, like as if it was Gestapo. I mean, I come from the Caribbean. I don't know about you. I know what curfews are about. And if you get caught, it's not a good situation. So coming from a Caribbean country, hearing these type of things are not the best. And I have people who genuinely had their spouse that was right here alive and breathing, but because they were ignorant of really the signs and the symptoms, because they didn't know, there was no signs and symptoms. And all of a sudden, a very healthy person, at least so they think, ended up in the hospital to know 6 hours later is no more. Just because the person wasn't feeling well, there was no fever, no nothing. These are the things that we're really trying to get a hold on. And that's why I'm appealing to your greatness today. I'm appealing to that voice inside of you to really create that level of transformation for yourself today. Not another time, not in a different season. This is the season where we get to make a difference. Now, you will notice that I will have several things to show you, and I hope that we have the ability to actually disclose these things so that you can be able to see what I am sharing, because I know that we can make a huge difference for you. Now, let me make sure that all of you that's watching right now, you have access to some of the stuff that I've been talking about, because I think it could really make a difference. So for my folks online, you're able to see the document. And this is a document that I literally sent to everybody who actually All the people who actually want to have create a difference in their lives, they want to have access to herbs that's causing transformation, herbs that's making a difference. And whenever you can have something like that that is presented to you, this is something that comes from a good place when you can have that. And the whole idea behind it is because we want you to be cognizant of the possibilities that you can create for yourself. Now, I am going to go ahead and speak to about all the herbs that you can try, because a lot of people, they figure that, Max, what makes me think that this thing's going to work? Yeah, I know you don't know. So please, here's what I want you to do. I am going to list all the herbs that are 20 bucks and below, all the herbs that are 20 bucks and below that you can try, and it's only 1 ounces, okay? Now, why am I doing this? I am doing this because I want to give you an opportunity to get a difference or to make a difference in your life. I am giving you the list of all the herbs who are meant for immune system and all the herbs for respiratory system. And I think that we can really get that achieved today. So first of all, let's make sure you get my phone number right. 305-407-9227. 305-407-9227. 305-407-9227. Now, for all my folks in WMBM, one thing that I know, I've spoiled you for possibly a good close to 90 days, right? Where we did about 90 shows. Wow, I didn't know it was that many. 90 shows back to back every day. Well, what I realized is that, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. I used to hear my dad say that, and I never could get what it meant until I got to really see it face to face right there. We've been yelling, telling you the dangers, and I'm pretty sure you're not immune to it, my dear listeners. Family members has dropped like flies. You've known somebody knows somebody that's been impacted either by stroke, heart attack, something, and that got motivated through the whole scare of the pandemic, because it is real. So the fact that we know it's real, we're going to take some real actions towards it. So first herb we're going to talk about, and remember, take down my number again, 305-407-9227. And if you're a church member, a church leader, you want to have a medical missionary training for your church folks, please, or for your groups, it is essential that we know what to use and we know what to take in order to help out. So first herb, we're going to talk about astragalus. What I love about astragalus is that astragalus is an adaptogen. That means it helps adapt you to the stress of the environment, the stress that you're dealing with, whether it's the news that you're hearing that's not so pleasant, whether it's things that you never thought that you would have been hearing that is really not so cool. Antibacterial. So whenever you hear antibacterial, is against bacteria. That's awesome when you can have things like that. It helps stop sweating. It's an antihypertensive. Yeah, Cynthia, what's going on? So all this is really cool when you can have access to that. So that same herb astragalus is also an anti-inflammatory. You know, people are dealing with inflammation right now, especially the young kids when they've gotten COVID, okay? And then let's say they get over it. It's never enough. You got to keep giving them anti-inflammatory stuff to help lower the inflammation that's been said to be found where their organs. That's why people think, it was nothing. And then they end up later on, 2-3 weeks later in the hospital, ICU, and before you know it, heart is no longer. So there's a difference between using natural herbs with what we call, when you're dealing with what we call regular dose and mega dose. Please, I want you to understand, mega dose is the way to go when there's an emergency. It's really tough when you would send a family member to the hospital and you're not able to see them or even have an extra set of eyes watching things that's going on, because a lot of times people know, because the hospitals are so packed, they're bound to have more mistakes. And that's how I have several friends of mine who their family members are no longer there. And there are family members of ours that's no longer there. And one thing I want to really share is that this is what we're dealing with. This is the card that we've been dealt with. So, as I said, astragalus is also antiviral and also immunostimulant. So, it really helps stimulate your immune system. It's been said that it's good for adrenal, people who might have AIDS, allergic reaction, arthritis, cancers, especially the uterus cancer, colds, hepatitis, kidney issue, liver condition, degenerative condition, lesion under skin, malnourished, diabetes, stress, vaginitis, weakness, wound, fatigue, digestion, flu, heart disease, infection. You know, for those 300 families that's actually listening right now, if you doubt that you will be able to memorize all those, don't worry. As a matter of fact, I got you a solid. I was on at 6:30 yesterday. I stayed by the conference call to see which one of you would actually jump in on the conference. And that shows me the reason why I decided, you know, to really get on the radio to really speak to y'all. Because a lot of you want the information to be spoon-fed. And that's the thing. You're not going after it because you figure that, hey, if we look at the percentage of the people living in the United States and the percentage of people who've been infected, the percentage shows that largely we're still it hasn't been to a point where it's crazy yet. Well, all that can change. And the best thing we can do is to protect that temple of the Holy Spirit. And that's why I will keep on singing and I will keep on singing. So today our show is going to be 27 minutes. So I want to make sure that I really share that with you. And I am going to go to the next herb. So the first one was astragalus. The second one is echinacea. What I love about echinacea, while it's not an herb that every time I have to take echinacea, I know it's because I done messed up, which means I didn't sleep on time. I abused my body. I did a whole lot of nonsense, which as a result, I got to build my immune system. The best way you can build your immune system besides taking herbs is through proper rest, sleep, uninterrupted sleep. You know, when you reach all your cycles, your sleep cycles, this is the best way ever. So that's why whenever I'm not well, I know I got to get some sleep besides taking my herbs. Now, because I do not have the luxury of being sick for a long period of time, then I always use mega doses. Because mega doses, these are the only thing that works for me. That's the only thing I do even for my family. We're not well, we're doing mega dose. Mega dose is as if you're in a hospital. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody that's not trained. And that's why I'm appealing to those 300 families that are listening to really get that education. It's not anything complicated. It's by doing. You see, that's the good thing about natural herbs. You see, as you're taking care of yourself, you're learning in the process. And that's what makes a huge difference. So echinacea, you may hear of purple corn flower, or you may have heard of cone flower. So it's an alternative. When we hear an alternative, it's a herb that helps remove waste out of the body, you know, whatever type of waste. And as a matter of fact, anybody that got the jab 1, jab 2, jab 3, or I could say candy 1, candy 2, extra candy, definitely you want to take an alternative. An herb that is an alternative is echinacea. You know, I've talked about alfalfa and cascara already. So I want to really get you connected to echinacea. And you'll see every week I'm going to accentuate different herbs. I want to let you know it's important not to have the confusion. Echinacea is really powerful. It also is an antibiotic. It's an antiseptic, antiviral. It's a carminative, depurative. If you're having like pus coming out in different orifices in the body, you really want to have what? You really want to have echinacea to actually help you. And that's why we take time to really share all these cool stuff, because they make a huge difference. So, as I said, I am not going to go into the whole shebang because I have only 7 minutes left. I want to tell you more about the other herbs. But when you hear it's a natural antibiotic, it's a natural antiseptic, it makes a huge difference. So we have elderberry, grape seed. We have a very special combination for immune. We have immune viral. We have olive leaf, reishi mushroom, SBTS, spikenard, superb supplemental, and 3Bs. Now, for those folks who are listening, all these herbs I just mentioned, the 1 ounce bottle, it's typically retail at $35. We're getting it to you at 20 bucks. All these herbs we just spoke of. Now, you could be anywhere in the United States. We can have our company ship it out to you. Now, for my folks who typically want to make sure you have access to this, you can Zelle us at 954-638-2678. In the Zelle, please do me a solid. Put your correct address. And if you live in an apartment, please put that as well. All right, so we're putting our Zelle number online. You can Zelle us the 20 bucks with your address, please. And then we can always make sure that we get that stuff to you. What are we going to get to you? We are going to get you the herb. Why are we getting you the herb? I want you to be able to have access to something that makes a huge difference. What would it look like if you know that you're taking stuff that's making a huge difference? That would be really awesome. Now, there are people who do not have Zelle. They want to do Cash App. It's basically $ Max Carry. Max Carry is MAXCARRE. For those who are online, you can actually see that. Remember, you can always go to Health Max Ed, and then you'll see my face. You'll see all the cool stuff. Any question you have, we can actually help you out with that. Remember, only 20 bucks gives you an opportunity to try that herb, okay? Now, if you want to definitely order them, you can do that, or if you want to pay by card, we could send you an invoice, or you can call us at 305-407-9227, 305-407-9227. Other people who like to really use technology, you can go to https://paypal.me/healthmax. So there's many ways you can really reach out to us, and we want to make sure we make that appealing to you. Now, in the 4 minutes that I have left, I want to make sure I create something huge with you. Okay? Now, the other 14 that 12 actually, I'm going to share, because there's some that comes in double, is the herbs for respiratory issues. We have chestnut leaf, CHEB, elderberry shows up on both sides, eucalyptus, eucalyptus oil, eucalyptus extract, HBW, which hormone balance, immune viral, licorice root, lungs therapy, mullein, Sunderlandia combination, yerba santa combination. Folks, all my folks online are able to see what I'm sharing. I just want you to really create that level of transformation for yourself. What would it look like? Again, what would it look like that all these herbs, you can try them for just what? 20 bucks, right? 20 bucks each. If you want to have that, we'll get that sent to you. If you want to have a breakthrough with your health, to really put your body at a level where you can transform it right now, build up your immune system right now, get you the ability to have a health that you love and cherish, definitely you want to reach out to us at 305-407-9227. 305-407-9227. 305-407-9227. Now, you will notice when you do reach out to us, one thing that we will do, we'll send you an application as well. The application, it's a way for you to be able to get your herbs at wholesale price. If you want that, that makes sense. Imagine, here's how the company does it. You buy for 100 bucks, they send you 10 bucks back, right? You buy for more, then the percentage comes up to even up to 30%. So imagine I'm giving you that opportunity to really do that for yourself. That's awesome, right? I'm giving you an opportunity to do that. Most people would really hide. They would not give you that opportunity because there are people they only see after their pockets. Now, let's say we take all four, let's say all 24 supplements, right? And we put them in a bundle for you, right? Would it be fair that for just 480, okay, that and we cover the shipping for you, just for 480, we could get you all 24? Well, I want to invite you to really consider that. Consider taking these herbs. Now, if you have pre-existing condition, definitely I want to speak to you, because I will send you also on the house or nutrition plan that's really fitting and that would really serve you to give you an opportunity to have your life, because taking supplements, not following any juice program or anything like that is not highly recommended. Now, for my folks who are more like do-it-yourself type of folks who are online, you can always go to herbsshoppingnetwork.com. herbsshoppingnetwork.com. I'll put it online for all my folks who are online. It's herbsshoppingnetwork.com. It's herbsshoppingnetwork.com. When you do that, you can select the exposure pack or the NOS, which is the nitric oxide. All that will make a huge difference to you. For me, I am so glad that you've given me the opportunity to really share all these great stuff with you. And do not forget the body management system. We like to talk about that. The body management system, if for a reason or another you really don't care about the pandemic prevention and rescue pack, it's okay. You want to just jump on what we call the body management system. You figured you've already been jabbed once, twice, and third time. I just want to invite you to really start at least cleansing your body by using Cascara Sagrada, beetroots, ACS, 3Bs, alfalfa. Reach out to us. You can always send us mail. You can always send us a mail at 855 Northeast 125th Street, North Miami, Florida, 33161. We can always get your mail there. Or if you want to email us, you can always do it at docnatural@gmail.com, docnatural@gmail.com. Until then, I am so glad that we're able to create a transformation in your life. 305-407-9227, 305-407-9227. My name is Max O'Carey. I am glad to be able to serve you today. Until next time, 7:30 next week on WMBM. And if you want to be connected to our conference line, just call us and we'll give you the conference line. We do shows every day, the same hours that we kept with WMBM. We just keep doing them at 9 until you really get connected. Thank you very much and have a wonderful time. Awesome. Bon bye, guy.